Yes, everybody, Russell the West End Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. Yes, thank you. You're too kind. You lot are too kind. Thank you. You're too kind. We've already had match day morning for a live from the London Stadium. And what we try and do a couple of hours before, for anyone new to the channel, is we try and predict the starting 11 for Nuno Espirito Santos' side against Burnley in a couple of hours' time. And yeah, we do reasonably all right. Team news in terms of what we're expecting from Nuno Espirito Santo. We know that the likes of Niclas Füllkrug isn't going to be available. We know that Dino's not going to be available. We know that George will probably be back in the matchday squad. We know Ollie won't be available. There is a slight question mark about the fitness of Callum Wilson. He wasn't in any of the sort of training videos we've had in the last sort of few days. So could that suggest potentially some sort of change in the setup? I don't know. While I've got you here, don't forget we've got our friends Match Bingo and IP Vanish. If you want a VPN, IP Vanish. If you want to win some money, Match Bingo. Simples. Actually, let's move that one. That make things a bit easier. So in terms of the starting 11, I think it's going to be quite interesting. What also was quite interesting was we had a number of academy players have been called up as well for training. Erdris, Ezra, Kante, and Finn Herrick as well. I don't anticipate any of them making the starting lineup. Ezra was on the bench on Saturday, as we mentioned, and he may well be on the bench again for this Saturday because he can provide cover, like a left-sided cover. I think we've got enough to cover right side with obviously Kyle Walker-Peters, you've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so we've got that cover, but not necessarily left-footed cover, particularly with Ollie Scar's not being around as well. So Ezra could slot in, that's the one, could slot in the left-hand side, centre-back position, but also maybe even left-back at a push if need be. So I would assume that would happen. I think the team's going to be pretty simple. I think it's going to be with one change. I think we're going to start the way we started last game. Arioli did nothing to get rid of him. Why you wouldn't tinker? Reports are that Fabianski at the moment's got a back problem, so you may even see Finn on the bench potentially. We'll wait and see what happens with that. Magic's on the left. I think he'll stick with the Kilman-Todibo inverted centre halves because the old adage is you don't change your winning side, unless you're forced to, of course. Right back now, I'm going to put Aaron in. There has been talk that maybe he's got a slight fitness issue, and Kyle Walker-Peters may come in, but that's just speculative rather than anything else. So, and until obviously the AFCONs, barring the injuries, this is our back four. Now I'm going to go obviously with the old, what I'm calling now the FFP we want to know, which is Freddie, Fernandes, and Paqueta. Now, yes, interestingly, on Thursday at the press conference, Mr. Nez was very sort of like, he was almost like, don't get carried away with Freddie. He's a great player. He's going to be a brilliant player for us. And that sort of, I think someone put in Anton's chat, does that assume that he's not going to play? And I don't think that was the case at all. I just think he's trying to sort of maintain and ground expectations, really. So, and again, this can be whether it's a 3 or a 2, but I think you've got your Fernandes, your FF, you've got your F and F, and you've got your P there, FFP, and then Jimmy on the left, Bowen on the right. Now, obviously, the issue being if we did start with Callum and Callum's not. If Callum's fit, great. If Callum can give us 60 minutes, that's all we really need out of him, to be honest. Particularly, I think you probably get Nicola to be back after the international break. May even potentially be on the bench, but I doubt that, but he might be. If not, the man of many, many voices, Tomáš Souček. It's not it kind of worked on Saturday, albeit for half a game. But there's something that Souček has, which Callum Wilson doesn't, and that's height. And that's really sort of, if you look at the way that, I know the likes of, Chris, I was talking about it constantly, but Chris Woods at Forest and Raul Jimenez at Wolves. I mean, these guys literally would score. Chris Woods was scoring for fun at Nottingham Forest, but the idea of the target man is to be a target man and let the likes of, he'll drop there, he'll take the knockdowns, and then after that, with the knockdowns, then you've got the likes of, Bowen running onto him, you've got the likes of Somerville running onto him, you've got Diouf coming down, getting the crosses in, and then Souček, being a nuisance in sort of the opposition box. It's going to be fascinating to see what happens. I would do that. I wouldn't change anything else. I wouldn't put Paqueta in. I mean, they could, for example, they could decide that actually Paqueta and then put Souček there. But for me, clearly he wants Paqueta in the 10 role. So, you sacrifice. So I wouldn't even consider that. I just don't want him tinkering. Don't tinker. Please don't tinker Nuno. Much love. What do you think? Do you think that's a good shout? I think we're at home. We're playing Burnley, 17th versus 18th. We need a win. And I think this side can easily get us a win. And ideally, a win with a few goals. Because a few goals, 3 difference, I think puts us up to 17th. Or if not, if a win would be a level of points already, but you know what I mean? So for me, that's what I want. That's what I want. Whether we get it is another thing. But that's what I want, my friends. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Your starting 11, and would be any difference? Would you do things any differently? I don't think many would. Some would, but I don't think many would at all. So, yeah, let us know, and we'll have the watch along with Anton. That'll be a bit later on, and then the review show afterwards. But until next time, take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay warm, stay humble. Give it a hype if you've got any hypes left. If not, no worries, potatoes. And we'll see you hopefully after the game off the back of another win. Let's see. Let us know in the comments your predicted 11s, your predicted scoreline as well. Anyway, take care, everyone. Stay safe. And if you're going to the march, if you're on the protest, stay safe as well, mate. And we'll see you all soon. Much love.